What is up, everybody? How is everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today I'm going to open up a little Dominaria Remastered. We're going to open up a collector booster box. It's pretty safe to say I'm a big fan of the remastered products in general. Time Spell Remastered is still my clear #1 as far as like my favorite. In fact, I think it's pretty much my favorite product since I came back to Magic in 2019. But I am a fan of Dominaria Remastered as well. I think it's extremely well done. They definitely overprinted the draft boxes, but the collector boxes have some really sweet art. There's some fun stuff in here. Hopefully we see some of that today. And I kind of thought that Ravnica Remastered might be the first one to really flop. And I was wrong about that one. Cool shocklands, cool treatments, some really fun anime stuff in there. So needless to say, I am a fan of the remastered products. So today we're going to try out a Dominaria Remastered. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on in and let's crack some packs. So as of the filming of this video, excuse me, these boxes are running about 190. They started out much higher, but they have been lower. They've been into the 150, 160 range, I think, is about how low they got. And there are some really good chase factors. I would say the thing you want to know about the Dominaria Remastered Collector Packs is there is going to be duplication in these boxes. Sometimes the duplication is in your favor, and sometimes not so much. But you're going to end up with a handful of rares or mythics that you have 2 or 3 copies of that rare mythic in various treatments. So I would say there's pretty much, because of that, a high variance on these. There are some really sweet mythics in here, like Vampiric Tutor and Force of Will and Sylvan Library and Urza's Incubator. And there's some not so sweet mythics as well. So can we get tutors? And can we get some of the big hit mythics? Let's find out. Start off with a Bee Lady, Arian, Zyra Arian as a retro frame foil. Yeah, that's more along the lines of Miss. Excuse me. And we have a Decimate in the Borderless. That is also a swing and a miss. Royal Assassin as a retro frame. Cool card, not a value target. And an Opposition as our first pack foil of this box, and pack foil rare. Savannah Lions in the retro frame. There are some cool retro frame foils like Nature's Lore and Swords of Plowshares and Elvish Spirit Guide that do have some value, but by and large, it's neat. Retro frame land, sure. What am I doing here? Let's throw the rest over here. Yeah, I think that's fine. We hope to flood this area, not so much this area. So, okay. It's been a while since I pulled a Vamp Tutor. I would not mind seeing one of those. A Worldly Tutor is also not a bad place to be. Retro frame foil Worldly Tutor. And I will absolutely take duplication on that level. So, box, feel free to keep bringing that. Nice hit right there. And one thing, Worldly Tutor is probably in the range of like $12, and they all kind of are within $1 or $2 of each other, but that is a sweet hit. After that, a Lotus Blossom and that Borderless treatment. Then a Grim Lavamancer in the retro frame. First mythic is a Legacy Weapon. That is not a good mythic. Ooh. Oh boy. All right, Duress in the retro frame foil, which is pretty cool in its own right. Oh, neat. A Borderless Rada. And that's pretty much going to do it for that pack. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Sure. Yeah, all right. The rest of the stuff we'll put in that pile. I'll sort it out later. I guess we can put the Rada with the other Borderless stuff. I'll figure that out. All right. Legacy Weapon is definitely not where we want to be for the first mythic. So hopefully we can do a little bit better than that. All right. Into pack number 3. Hey, nice. You know what? It's not a mega hit anymore, but a Borderless foil Dark Depths is something I actually don't think I pulled one of these for myself. So this is pretty cool. I'll actually probably hang on to this. I love me some depth. So I'm going to say, I don't know, $7, $8 probably for the Borderless foil. But it's still a really cool hit in my eyes. After that, a Siege Gang Commander. Bring damage back on the stack. Do it, you cowards. Solkanar in the retro frame. And then a Time Stretch. Time Stretch is not a throwaway. It's probably in the neighborhood of like $2 to $3 as the pack foil version. But, alright. Fair enough. Then we got Gerard's Verdict. That's what it was. Cool. Couple of the retro frames. The land. The rest of the stuff we'll throw over there. Alright, so we are 3 mythics in. The mythic counts in these boxes really vary. Like, I've seen some that are like the 5, and I've seen some get up to like 9. So there's a pretty wide variance on the Mythics as well. Very, I wouldn't say necessarily boom and bust, but it's not necessarily an inaccurate term for these boxes either. Okay, here we go. Sulfuric Vortex as a retro frame foil. Okay. Hey, Mazavith. Borderless Mazavith is not a throwaway. I think the regular version is about $4 or $5. Borderless is probably right in that same neighborhood, so that's actually a decent hit for us. After that, an Arcanus the Omnipotent in the retro frame. Not a hit. Jester's Cap, while a neat card and a cool reprint, also not a hit. So it's kind of what you're working with here. All right, Renewed Faith, the retro frame. Chain Lightning is a really cool retro frame. High Tide as well. I would be remiss because I really haven't stopped on these, but these retro frame foil lands are absolutely gorgeous. 1 per pack of those as well. There's another Chain Lightning. Cool. All right. On to pack number 5. Love to see some more of the tutors. Worldly Tutor, Enlightened Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Gamble. Okay. Joel Rail, Monwali Recluse as the retro frame foil. After that, a Helm of Awakening in the Borderless. Yeah. Sapperling Symbiosis. And Woodland Cemetery. All right, Woodland Cemetery. The lands are probably, I don't know, $2-3 a piece. Not anything crazy. Retro frame foil Impulse, though. That's neat. Momentary Blink. Gem Palm Incinerator. Lots of good commons and uncommons. I know those aren't driving box values, right? But they are at least decent inclusions. Okay, last pack of the first half of the box. And so far, it's been a little grim. Not great, right? Call it what it is. Here we go. Hey, all right. I will definitely take that. That is a Borderless foil entomb. I've never pulled one of those, and it's a really good hit. Entomb was like a $30 card before the reprint in this set. So it was a badly needed reprint, and then with how much of this product was made, specifically like draft boxes, it tanked the price on these down to like $5. The Borderless and the Borderless foil probably in the range of like 8 to 10. At this point, I think even the regular Entomb is probably back up to pushing 10. So it's a really sweet hit. Obviously, very cool artwork. I really dig it. And I actually don't think I've pulled a Borderless foil for myself before. So I'm really happy with this, actually. All right. Good hit. After that, a Absorb in the Borderless treatment. And then a Glory in the retro frame. I think I'm good for 1 per box on those. And then a Denizen of the Deep. And I've had boxes where I've pulled 3 of those, sometimes 2 in the same pack. Necro Savant in the retro frame foil, Duress, Mog War Marshal, and that will do it there. All right, at least getting a really cool Borderless foil entomb. We haven't seen a lot of duplication yet, so it's still kind of wide open. Okay, into our second half of the box. Start off with Pyre Zombie. Man, we have whiffed on those retro frame foils. Nothing good to speak of so far. Okay. Mythic, though. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Ask Vamp Tutor and get Vamp Tutor. That is a Borderless Vampiric Tutor. Got to be in the range of 30 to 35. That's a really solid hit. Absolutely happy with that. That's beautiful. And I love the Richard Kane Ferguson artwork that he did for the tutors in this set. I think they look really good. Extremely happy with that pull. All right, because Pyre Zombie. Retro frame this time. And a regular old Mazavith. So now we're starting to see a little bit of duplication, right? We've seen a Pyre Zombie. We doubled up on that. And we've doubled up on the Mazavith. Which, again, I think it's probably in the neighborhood of $4 or $5. So that is not the worst thing in the world. And I'm the Juggernaut in the retro frame. What an important card Juggernaut is, huh? Impulse. Oh, Borderless Street Wraith. That's kind of cool. And then into our beautiful Mark Pool Island. Damping Sphere, that's not bad. Squirrel Nest. All right. Vamp Tutor does a lot for us. Especially considering the other mythics we had pulled to that point. So, very nice. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, what do we got here? Mythic is a Last Chance. It is a Borderless foil Last Chance. It is not the worst mythic. It is not just, it's just not one of the high end, right? It's not Incubator, it's not Vamp Tutor, it's not obviously Force of Will. So cool mythic, but not a huge hit. I don't know, $5-6, my guess. I could be wrong on that. It's been a minute since I looked. Still, it is a mythic nonetheless. Hey, Mystical Tutor. That's what I'm talking about. So we have ourselves a Borderless Mystical Tutor. I will take all the tutors, right? Worldly, Enchanted, Enlightened, Mystical, Vamp. Let's keep going. Keep bringing them. Mystical Tutor is probably in like $6 to $7 range, I think. Overmaster is a retro frame, and then another Grim Lavamancer. There we go. Now we're seeing the duplication. Dragon Whelp in the retro frame foil. Savannah Lions, Mind Stone. And cool. All right. So we've seen 2 Borderless foil mythics between the Dark Depths and the Last Chance. We might still be good for a retro frame foil mythic. Let's hope. Okay. Rare is a Oversold Cemetery in the Borderless foil. It's neat, but it's not a big hit. It was reprinted in Jumpstart 2022, I think shortly after, so that kind of hurt. Windborn Muse as a Borderless. And there's our second Denizen of the Deep, because I have to. I'm required to pull multiple per box. And then a Triskelion as a pack foil rare. There's the Seer, Sarah Angel, Empty the Warrens. And that'll do it for that pack. All right, we got 3 packs left. We are at 5 mythics. Some decent pulls in here. Hoping for at least one more good pull. Doesn't even have to be a Force of Will. I mean, we got the Vamp Tutor. I'm pretty happy regardless, but Hunting Grounds. All right, there's another mythic. It is a retro frame foil Hunting Grounds. I have not made enough use of this card. Like, every time I look at it, I'm like, this is just a good card. I should be playing this in any deck that is playing green and white, and then I don't. I need to play this card more. So, a little reminder for myself. So, there is another mythic. It is Hunting Grounds. That does bring us up to 6. And then that's what I'm talking about. Borderless Sylvan Library. That's a really good one. I think this is the more valuable version over the retro frame and the normal. I'm going to take a guess here. I could be wrong. It's 25 to 30, I think. But that is still a really solid pull. I mean, really excellent. I'm all about Sylvan Library. Really happy with that. All right, another Decimate. Hey, all right, doubling up on Entomb. So there is a pack foil Entomb to go with our Borderless foil Entomb. Frantic Research as a retro frame foil. We've gotten some good duplication. Like, we've largely hit on, like, doubling up on Entomb is a good place to be. And Maze of Ith is not the worst place to be either. All right, 2 packs left. Box looks pretty good at this point. Not like, not home run, right? But still pretty good. I'm happy. And a Helm of Awakening, because we were probably due for that. There is a Borderless foil Helm of Awakening. Another mythic, though, and that is a World Gorger Dragon. Big old World Gorger Dragon in the Borderless. Not a super valuable card. The Borderless foil was carrying a really good premium at one point. I think it's come back down to earth, but it's still a neat mythic. And then kind of like an important historical mythic, right? All right. Kamal, Fist of Kroza. That is another mythic, by the way. That is a retro frame. It's hard to see and it's in the retro frame, so it doesn't have the symbol down there. But I do believe Kamal is a mythic. So that does bring us up another mythic. Solkanar. Rada Erdekel, this time in the Borderless foil version. And then a Street Wraith. And Renewed Faith. Beautiful Island. Okay. Well, that did drive up the mythic count. So we are now at, 6, 7, 8, 9 mythics? That's a high mythic count. All right, last pack. Anything else that we can do to make this count? Any other juice left? Mystic Remore. Hey, retro frame foil Mystic Remore is not a bad spot. That's a pretty sweet pull. Definitely a card I also could use more copies of. So retro frame foil Mystic Remora. I don't know, 6 to 8 is my guess, but a good solid pull nonetheless. Definitely don't feel bad about that, right? And then a Jester's Cap. There's the Borderless Jester's Cap, which is a really cool artwork. And hey, Woodland Cemetery. Here's our duplication popping up. So there's a retro frame Woodland Cemetery, and then we conclude with an Umbilicus as a pack foil. Deadwood Treefolk, kind of a cool retro frame foil uncommon. Squirrel Nest, Frantic Search, Beautiful John Avon Plains. Hey, there's a swords. It's not a retro frame. It's just a regular pack foil. Oh, it's counterspell. I think counterspell's like $1. All right, so let's talk about this box. So high mythic count, right? 6, 7, 8, 9 mythics, and I even kind of maybe am undervaluing Last Chance a little bit. I don't know. But I am extremely happy with the Borderless Vampiric Tutor, the Borderless Sylvan Library, and then the Borderless Foil Dark Depths. We did pick up 2 more tutors in the form of a Borderless Mystical Tutor and a Retro Frame Foil Worldly Tutor, which are both solid pulls, as well as the Borderless Foil Entomb, the Pack Foil Entomb, and then the Retro Frame Foil Mystic Remora. A few playables beyond that. Nothing, and again, this is kind of like what you get with the Dominaria Remastered product, is that there are some really nice hits in there. There's a lot of bulk in there, and it's kind of like, will the duplication in the collector boxes be your friend? But like, no doubt about it, even with some of the stuff that might not be super valuable, there are some really cool arts and treatments in here. They've done really well with the remastered products. That's why I kind of keep going back to them, and I think they're a lot of fun to open. Anyways, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody, and be well.